Hey, welcome. And as you can see, today we're talking about Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick's iconic film from 1999, and in particular, that one character who we see at the mansion party, who we're going to be calling the Plague Doctor. Now, the first time we see the Plague Doctor character, he's at the mansion cult party that the Dr. Bill character ends up at, but he is actually conspicuous in his absence from the first ritual of Red Cloak and also the masked woman. Though there are many shots of the masked cult members, I cannot find any sign of our Plague Doctor there. The first time we see him is here, right up front, basically right next to Red Cloak on his throne with his attendants. So the first time we actually see the Plague Doctor, he's accompanied by that serious music and with a real sense of foreboding, as the Tom Cruise character of Dr. Bill has been found out. He snuck into a party that he wasn't really invited to. And as he walks into the room, the circle closes around him, with their Plague Doctor right there, right behind Tom. But what's this? Look behind Red Cloak's throne. You can see there's actually another 2 Plague Doctor masked characters on either side. So are there 3 Plague Doctors? Because this distinctive mask wasn't seen at all earlier in any of the rooms at any of the earlier rituals, and now there are seemingly 3 of these Plague Doctor characters here. Strange. It's telling that the Plague Doctor mask shows up when things get ominous for Dr. Bill. But also notice anything in this shot? The Plague Doctor was standing behind Tom before, but now he isn't. Is this character supposed to have some magic qualities? Because he's seemingly appearing and disappearing randomly now within a very short time. He also is no longer visible behind Red Cloak. There's something strange going on with this character. Now, as we come to the most dramatic scene, where the feather-masked woman offers herself in place of Dr. Bill, in what I've called in another video, a fake human sacrifice, because I'm pretty sure no one kills her, it's all theatrical. But wait, what's that? Behind Red Cloak. Well, our magical Plague Doctor has reappeared, both of them. If you look closely, you can see both of the Plague Doctor masked characters standing behind Red Cloak's throne, sort of one on either side. And one is in the inner row, while one is in the outer row. Wait, is this yet a 3rd Plague Doctor character? We just saw 2 of them downstairs behind Red Cloak's throne. Now apparently one of them has gotten up here to this balcony? That quick? It's very strange. Also, this mask appears to be slightly different than the others. Look at a side view of the other 2 masks. They are a bit different. Is the beak actually longer on this mask? Is his nose growing? Is that because this character is lying for taking part in a fake human sacrifice that isn't what it appears? Now, it occurs to me that this Plague Doctor seems to have some magical properties as he disappears and reappears in certain scenes. And this reminded me of a magician, which would fit into Red Cloak's party. Also, it reminded me of the magician card in the tarot deck. That tarot card can represent true power and be a master of illusion, which sounds like our Plague Doctor, who seems to hold a position of power in this cult, as he stands right behind Red Cloak's throne and takes a huge part in the ritual with the feather-masked woman. But it's all an illusion, or is it? The Magician card is about manifesting the reality that you want. Our puppet master Red Cloak, probably he is able to manifest what he wants in real life, outside of this mansion. as well as here with his cult. Now, we should also look at the history of plague doctors. Of course, they were known for treating the victims of the bubonic plague hundreds of years ago in the 1500s and the 1600s. Some people would definitely avoid the area a plague doctor would be in because, of course, there would be sick and dying people there. And although some of them were actual doctors of the time, not all of them were. These plague doctors would use leeches and other treatments of the time, but often they were just there to note how many people had died. Now, the costume of the plague doctor has that famous beak mask out front. This beak was then filled with herbs and spices to sort of purify the air they were breathing. And purifying the air is something that is also done at rituals, like Red Cloak's ritual, with the incense spinning around, so it fits. The plague mask character seems to be another attendant of Red Cloak. And since they were often the last thing that patients saw before they died, they also started to be seen in a rather sinister light, almost like they became the Grim Reaper. Also, side note, I know there are mentions of serious medical issues in other parts of Eyes Wide Shut, but I chose not to go into that since the plague doctor is only seen at the mansion party. That is what I concentrated on. But I think one of the main points about this character is that he's a doctor who wears a mask, just like Dr. Bill Hartford wears a mask at the mansion party shortly after he arrives. But perhaps Dr. Bill is also wearing masks in his real life, where he is supposed to be a respectable doctor and family man, but at the same time is also involved in some sketchy stuff with some sketchy people. So, to sum up, the plague doctor seems to represent two different themes in Eyes Wide Shut, at least. One is definitely a theme of a doctor who wears masks, just like Dr. Bill wears one mask at work, one mask with his wife, and a totally different mask when he shows up at the mansion cult party. I suppose you could say that the film is hinting that Dr. Bill is a bad guy, or at least a cheater, but I think him wearing masks and even going to the mansion cult party in the first place shows a character that is searching for something. Maybe they feel their life is a bit empty and they're searching for meaning. Just a thought. The second theme the plague doctor here represents is the theme of the magician, like the magician or magus tarot card, magus being magician in Latin, and referring back to the priests of the ancient religion called Zoroastrian, which was founded by a Persian man named Zarathustra, which, side note, links back to the famous musical piece from 2001, A Space Odyssey called Thus Spake Zarathustra. So many connections. Our plague doctor is a magical figure that seems to appear and disappear in various scenes, but also holds power here as he stands alongside Red Cloak at the cult ritual. A magician here is a power symbol, and I believe our plague doctor is a high-level, trusted member of this cult. Well, that's my new video on the plague doctor character of Eyes Wide Shut. Hope you liked it. Sorry if my voice is a little bit scratchy, but it's still winter in New York City. Also, my name is Shim, and my social media accounts are all Shimmering Path on Instagram and X, Twitter. You're welcome to go over there and follow me if you want. There should be links to that in the About section of this channel. They're not necessarily film related, but you can follow me there if you want to. I'm definitely working on some new stuff for next week. Hope to have that up soon. And as always, thank you for spending time with me and have a great day.